The lie we've been sold about money. That's what you tell yourself, isn't it? If I just made more money. That's what you tell yourself, isn't it? If I just had a better job. If my salary was higher. If I made as much as them, I'd be free. But here's the uncomfortable truth. It's not about what you earn. It's about what you do with what you earn. Because if money alone could make you rich, why are doctors drowning in debt? Why do celebrities go bankrupt? Why do lottery winners end up broke? And if earning less meant poverty, why do teachers retire with real estate portfolios? Why do janitors leave behind million-dollar investments? Why do immigrants with broken English own multiple businesses? It's not the income. It's the intentionality. It's the mindset, the systems, the decisions behind the scenes, not the number on your paycheck. The biggest financial myth ever told. We've been taught that more income equals more wealth. But that's like saying more food equals better health. More followers equals more happiness. More hours worked equals more freedom. It's not true. Because money without mastery leads to struggle. And high income without high intelligence leads to loss. The truth is, you don't have a money problem. You have a money understanding problem. Why most people stay broke, no matter what they earn. They never learn to hold on to money, use money as a tool, build systems that grow it, control their spending, invest consistently, think long term. So they work more, but feel poor. Earn more, but stay anxious. Hit new income levels and raise their lifestyle to match. And at the end of the day, they're still broke. Not because they're underpaid, but because they're unprepared. The numbers don't lie. 60% of Americans earning over $100,000 still live paycheck to paycheck. Over 70% of lottery winners go broke within 5 years. The average millionaire didn't earn a six-figure salary. They just mastered basic habits. That means your solution isn't more income, it's more control, more clarity, more discipline. What this video will reveal. In this video, you're not going to get hacks, get-rich-quick formulas, budgeting apps, empty motivational quotes. You're going to get A, the truth about money no one taught you. B, the mental traps that keep people broke even at high income. And C, the principles that make real wealth inevitable even with average income. This is not about hustle. It's about awareness. Because once you see the truth, you'll never handle money the same again.
The income myth. Why high earners still struggle. If I could just make 6 figures. That's the dream, right? Once I hit 100K a year, everything will be better. Once I make what doctors and lawyers make, I'll finally feel secure. But here's the hard truth no one tells you. High income does not equal high wealth. Not now, not ever, not automatically. The trap of the high earner. People who earn more tend to spend more, borrow more, upgrade faster, get approved for bigger debt, feel pressured to look the part. They raise their lifestyle to match or exceed their income. And soon they're trapped in what financial experts call the high-income rat race. A bigger cage, shinier walls, same feeling of lack. The data is clear. 60% of Americans earning over $100,000 per year live paycheck to paycheck. 1 in 3 six-figure earners say they have less than $1,000 in savings. Countless celebrities, athletes, and influencers go bankrupt after massive income years. So the problem isn't income, it's what happens after income arrives. Lifestyle creep, the silent killer of wealth. It starts small. You get a raise, you upgrade your apartment. You get a bonus, you lease a nicer car. You get a promotion, you start eating out more. You hit 6 figures, you feel entitled to designer brands.
Before long, every dollar is accounted for not by a wealth plan, but by emotional reactions. You're not richer, you're just more stretched. Ask yourself honestly, do you spend more when you make more? Do you raise your expenses with every raise? Do you justify upgrades because you deserve it? Do you have more stress now than when you earned less? If the answer is yes, you're living proof that income does not equal wealth. What makes the difference? It's not how much you make, what title you hold, what car you drive. It's how much you keep, how you use what you keep, how consistently you repeat wise choices. That's what separates rich teachers from broke executives. That's what separates quiet millionaires from loud consumers. Kalabab said, "The man who eats all he earns shall one day starve beside a fool who never earned at all." Final thought on this myth. Earning more is great, but if every increase is followed by an increase in spending, you're not building a life, you're inflating a balloon. And one sharp moment, one layoff, one emergency, one bad year can pop it all. So don't just chase income, chase intelligence with income. Because the money you earn today means nothing if you're not learning how to keep it.
The saving gap. Why most people keep nothing no matter how much they make. I don't even know where my money went. You've said it, you've felt it, you've watched the deposit hit your account, and somehow 2 weeks later, it's gone. And the worst part? You don't have anything to show for it. No savings, no investments, no freedom. Just receipts and stress. Why most people never build wealth? Because they confuse earning with keeping. They believe, as long as I make more, I'll be fine. But they never learn to keep any of it, so the money just passes through them, like water through open hands. The numbers are alarming. 57% of Americans have less than $1,000 in savings. 69% of millennials say they live paycheck to paycheck. Nearly half of high-income earners save less than 5% of what they make. This isn't just a problem for the poor. This is a discipline epidemic. The broken loop most people live in. Get paid, pay bills, spend the rest, save what's left, there's nothing left. Repeat. It feels logical, but it's financially suicidal because saving what's left over is like saying, I'll eat healthy if I'm not full from junk food. You never will. Wealth starts when saving becomes non-negotiable. Every rich person, whether they earn a lot or a little, follows this rule. Pay yourself first. Not when it's convenient, not when you feel ready, not when the month is over, but before anything else. Before Netflix, before coffee runs, before just this one thing purchases. Because if you don't treat your future as a bill, you'll never pay it. How to break the saving gap. 1. Automate your savings. Have a set percentage of every paycheck go directly to a separate account before you see it, touch it, or think about it. 2. Start small, but make it sacred. Can't save 20%? Start with 5%. Can't do 5%? Start with 1%. It's not the size, it's the signal. 3. Name your savings goals. Give it purpose. Freedom fund, emergency escape, invest to retire early. When your money has meaning, you protect it. Saving equals self-respect. Saving is not punishment, it's preparation. It's power. It's saying no to the world so you can say yes to your future. Kalabab said, "He who saves not when he can, shall beg when he cannot."
final reminder for this part. It's not about how much you save. It's about how seriously you treat the act of saving, because if you can't keep what you earn now, more money won't save you. It'll just give you more ways to lose. So build the habit, build the muscle, build the foundation before it's too late.
Spending blind. Why you think you have less than you do. Everything is just so expensive these days. That's the first excuse. Then comes, it's the economy, it's inflation, it's my rent, it's because I have kids, it's because I live in the city. It's not my fault. But here's the hard truth. It's not about your circumstances. It's about your choices. The real problem? You don't track your spending. Most people don't know where their money goes, underestimate how much they waste, don't set spending limits, make emotional, not intentional purchases, blame the outside world for an inside habit. And over time, they feel like they're barely making it, even when they're actually earning well. You can't control what you don't measure. Studies show 65% of people can't identify where half their income goes. People underestimate their spending by an average of 20 to 30%. The average person wastes over $1,500 per year on subscriptions and small things. That's not inflation. That's ignorance. And ignorance is expensive. And ignorance is expensive. The cycle of unconscious spending. Earn money, spend emotionally, avoid looking at your bank, feel broke, blame the world, repeat. It's not that you don't have enough. It's that you don't know what you have, or where it's going, or how to stop it. The world wants you to spend blindly. Every ad, every platform, every algorithm is designed to make you spend without thinking. One-click checkout. Buy now, pay later. Only 3 left in stock. This item is trending. The system profits when you live unconsciously. And your wallet suffers when you don't fight back. How to regain control of your spending. 1. Track every dollar for 30 days. Use paper, Excel, or an app. Doesn't matter. The goal is awareness. You'll be shocked by what you see. 2. Categorize wants versus needs honestly. Not everything you call a need is actually necessary. Uber 5 times a week is want. $6 lattes is want. Upgraded phone is want. Peace of mind is need. Savings is need. Debt payments are need. 3. Set a hard monthly cap. Give yourself a fixed spending limit for flexible purchases. When it's gone, it's gone. This builds discipline and delayed gratification. Spending is a reflection of identity. Every dollar you spend says something about you. I value comfort over freedom. I value image over growth. I value now over later. When you begin spending with awareness, you begin living with intention. Calabad said, "He who pours wine for every thirst shall soon thirst without wine." Translation? If you spend mindlessly for every feeling, one day you won't have money when it really matters. Final reminder for this part. It's not the world that's keeping you broke. It's how you react to the world without thinking. So stop saying, "It's too expensive to save. It's impossible to get ahead. I just can't manage money." And start saying, "I control my spending. I decide what stays and what goes. I am no longer blind.
Because the first step to wealth is learning how to keep your eyes open.
The investment myth. Why saving alone won't make you rich. I'm not spending it, I'm saving it. Sounds smart, right? At least I'm not wasting my money. It's sitting in my savings account. I feel safer knowing it's there. But here's the truth. Saving alone won't make you rich. It might not even keep you safe, because money that doesn't grow eventually dies. The silent killer, inflation. Every year, your money loses value. $1,000 saved in a 0.01% bank account, inflation at 6 to 8%, real value of your money drops significantly over time. In 5 years, your $1,000 will buy what $750 buys today. In 10 years, it might feel like $500. So while you feel like you're being responsible, you're actually falling behind. Why so many savers stay broke? Because they fear risk, confuse saving with building, think investing is only for rich people, think they'll start later, think at least I'm not spending it, but if your money is sitting still, it's not working, and money that doesn't work becomes a burden, not a blessing. What Babylon knew that most don't. The richest men in Babylon never let gold sit idle. They said, gold in a purse is silent. Gold in motion returns with friends. And it's still true. The wealthy don't just save, they invest. They build rental income, stock dividends, business returns, intellectual property, passive digital income, because they understand one rule. Your money must work harder than you do. Saving equals preserving, investing equals multiplying. Saving is protection, investing is expansion. You need both. But if you stop at saving, you build a wall, not a future. Because walls don't grow, but seeds do. How to start investing without feeling overwhelmed? A. Start with what you understand. Don't chase hype. Begin with basics. Index funds, real estate you can manage, your own skills as education as investment. To B, start with what you can afford to lose. Invest small, consistently, $10, $50, $100 per month, not for instant results, but for long-term growth. To C, reinvest automatically. Every gain, reinvest. Let the snowball compound. Wealth is not built in leaps, it's built in layers. The cost of not investing is higher than you think. While you play it safe, others are building assets, creating income without labor, buying back their time, escaping the job trap. You're saving and shrinking. Kalabab said, "Gold that rests shall rust, but gold that moves returns with children." Final words on this lie. Stop waiting. Stop playing it safe. Stop confusing safety with stagnation. Your money is not meant to sit. It's meant to serve. And if you never let it work, one day you'll have to work forever. So don't just earn, don't just save. Invest, grow, multiply. Because you weren't born to be a bank, you were born to be a builder. Work hard, stay broke. Why effort isn't enough without strategy. But I work so hard. You wake up early, you stay late, you do overtime, you hustle on weekends, you barely sleep, and yet you look at your bank account and you still feel stuck. I'm doing everything right. Why am I not ahead? Because the truth is, hard work alone doesn't lead to wealth. Smart direction does. The hardest working people aren't always the wealthiest. Construction workers break their backs for low pay. Nurses on their feet for 12-hour shifts. Single moms juggle 3 jobs and still can't breathe financially. Freelancers burn out for pennies trying to do it all. They work harder than CEOs, more hours than investors, more sacrifice than entrepreneurs. But without strategy, ownership, and systems, they remain exhausted and broke. The cycle of the hardworking broke. Work hard, earn a little more, spend more because I deserve it, get tired, try to work harder, burn out, stay broke, blame fate. It's not that you're not putting in effort, it's that your effort is going in the wrong direction. Effort without vision equals exhaustion. You can't build wealth by only trading time for money, working without planning, ignoring passive income, never investing, never tracking your financial behavior. Hard work is admirable, but if you're running in circles,
You'll only become more tired, not more wealthy. How to make hard work pay off. 1. Have a wealth plan, not just a job plan. Don't just chase hours, chase outcomes. Ask, where will this lead me in 3 years? What skills am I building? What systems can I put in place? 2. Build multiple streams of income. Start small with side skills. Sell digital products. Create a micro business. Monetize your knowledge. It's not about quitting your job. It's about not depending on just one stream. 3. Invest some of that energy into assets. Instead of working 60 hours a week forever, use 10 of those hours to learn how to invest, automate, and build long-term value. Hard work is only half the equation. The other half is direction, strategy, leverage, intentionality. You can be the hardest working person in the room and still lose to the laziest person with a smarter system. So stop glorifying struggle, start demanding results. Final reflection. The world doesn't pay you for effort. It pays you for value. And value comes from thinking, not just doing. So, keep your work ethic, but add wisdom, add structure, add financial thinking. Because working hard feels honorable until it becomes the reason you never had time to build your freedom.
The salary illusion. Why wealth has nothing to do with your paycheck. I make good money, but I don't feel rich. You're not alone. You might have a strong job title, a respectable salary, benefits, bonuses, even perks. But deep down, you still feel like you're chasing, not arriving. Why? Because wealth is not measured by your income. It's measured by your independence. The salary trap. Looking rich, living poor. A salary can disappear overnight, is taxed heavily, depends on a company, not on you, keeps you in the time for money cycle. And if all your lifestyle choices are based on salary, not on long-term planning, you'll always feel insecure. Because the moment your income stops, so does your lifestyle. Many high earners are quietly broke. They make $8,000 a month, spend $7,900 a month, lease everything, owe credit card debt, own no appreciating assets. They're rich in income, but poor in net worth. They're one emergency away from collapse. What truly makes you rich? It's not your paycheck, your car, your office, your vacation photos. It's how long you could live if your income stopped, how many assets work for you while you sleep, how much freedom you've built into your life, how little you depend on others to survive. That's wealth. Calabab said, "A purse filled daily, but emptied nightly, knows gold, but never security." Salary buys comfort. Wealth buys freedom. A high salary might buy you luxury, pay for status, let you enjoy today. But only wealth buys you time, lets you say no, supports your family long-term, gives you peace in chaos. So while others chase paychecks, the wise chase positioning. What to do if you're earning a salary now? Checkmark. Number 1, treat your job as capital, not identity. Your job is the funding for your future freedom, not your forever. Use it to invest, save aggressively, build income-producing assets. Checkmark. Number 2, live like you earn less. If you earn $8K, live like you earn $5K.
Then use the difference to escape the trap faster. Checkmark. Number 3, build fired-proof systems. Create a business on the side. Learn new monetizable skills. Build income that doesn't stop when you do. Because wealth is not built when you get paid. It's built when you choose what to do with what you're paid. Checkmark. Number 4, be familiar with tax laws. The tax laws are a blueprint for how to build wealth. Tax laws reward you for running a business or for owning assets. Tax laws are the government telling you how the system wants you to behave. But most people don't know that because they spend all their time grabbing paychecks, not reading a book. Final thought. The world tells you, earn more, live better. But real life tells you, keep more, grow more, own more, live free. You don't have to wait for a raise to feel wealthy. You just have to stop believing that your salary defines your value. Start acting like a builder, not just a worker. Start building wealth, even while you're still earning. Because the best time to grow your freedom is before you're desperate to have it.
The invisible millionaire. Why some people with less earn more in life. How is that possible? He doesn't even make that much. You've seen it. The teacher who retires early, the mechanic who owns 3 houses, the quiet guy at work who drives a 10-year-old car and has no debt, the woman who skips fancy bags but owns a rental property empire. They don't talk money. They don't look flashy. They don't act rich. And yet, they're free. Meanwhile, the 6-figure executive is drowning in loans. The influencer can't pay taxes. The doctor lives paycheck to paycheck in a mansion they don't truly own. What's going on? Because wealth is not about income. It's about behavior. Wealthy behavior versus high-income behavior. Wealthy people spend less than they make, save consistently, invest early, avoid debt unless it multiplies money, live below their means, value time more than attention. High-income but broke people spend more as they earn more, save when they can, which means never, chase trends, borrow to impress, live for status, value likes more than legacy. The janitor millionaire is real. There are janitors, teachers, truck drivers, and factory workers who invested 10% for 30 years, bought real estate instead of cars, said no to quick dopamine, yes to long-term freedom. Let compound interest do the heavy lifting. And that's all it took. They didn't need to earn more. They needed to stay consistent longer. The real gap is not income, it's discipline. Anyone can download a budgeting app, open an investment account, spend less than they earn, say no to unnecessary spending, but few do. Not because they can't, but because they don't want to wait. And yet, waiting is what made the invisible millionaires visible in the end. Calabab said, "The man who walks slowly but steadily toward the mountain shall reach the top before the one who runs in circles." SOA choices equals big results. If you make $2,000 per month but save $400, you are wealthier than someone who makes $6,000 and saves $0. Because net worth greater than net income. Freedom isn't about how much you make. It's about how long you could survive without making anything. And that depends on what you've built, not what you've earned.
How to think like an invisible millionaire. 1. Focus on ratios, not numbers. Save 20% of whatever you earn. It compounds the same way. 2. Avoid upgrading your life too quickly. More income? Great! Don't upgrade immediately. Wait. Invest. Let it build. 3. Celebrate boring wealth. Index funds, rental properties, long-term saving, delayed gratification. It's not sexy, but it works. Final reflection. You don't need more money. You need more mastery. You don't need luck. You need long-term logic. You don't need applause. You need quiet execution. Because wealth isn't loud. It's quiet. It's humble. It's disciplined. And often it's invisible. Until one day, it's undeniable. The power of purpose. Money is a tool. You are the builder. Money doesn't change people. It reveals them. You've heard this before. Some win the lottery and go broke. Others earn average incomes and build empires. One person uses $1,000 to party. Another uses it to invest. Same amount, different outcome. Why? Because money is just a tool. It's the hands that use it that matter. We give money meaning, not the other way around. Money is not good, not evil, not powerful on its own. It's like a hammer. You can build a house, break a window, do nothing and let it rust. The difference? The person holding it. So if your life feels messy, don't just ask, how much money do I need? Ask, am I being a wise builder? The mistake. Thinking money will solve everything. It won't. If you're undisciplined, unorganized, emotionally reactive, addicted to spending, avoiding responsibility, then more money will amplify those issues, speed up your self-destruction, leave you worse, not better. Money doesn't fix character, it amplifies it. Your mindset is the operating system for your money. Same tool, different software. One person sees $100 as fuel for growth. Another sees it as escape from boredom. One saves, one splurges, one multiplies, one regrets. The tool didn't change, the user did. That's why financial literacy alone isn't enough. You need emotional maturity too. Calabab said, "The gold in the fool's hand dances away. The gold in the wise man's hand plants roots." Money is not the goal, it's the vehicle. It's not about having money, it's about using money to get time, peace, options, impact, safety, growth. If you only chase money, you might get it and still feel empty. But if you chase what money can enable, you'll live with purpose and power. How to use money like a builder. As number 1, give every dollar a job. No extra money. Every dollar must go somewhere with purpose. Save, invest, give, grow. Number 2, create a money vision, not just a budget. Why are you building wealth? Travel, buy back your time, provide for your family, leave a legacy. Money without meaning becomes money wasted. Number 3, check your money identity. Ask, do I use money emotionally or strategically? Do I see it as a friend or enemy? Do I chase status or freedom? Upgrade your identity and your money will follow. Binger Dambubwer said, "You're not here to serve money. Money is here to serve you. But it won't obey a distracted master. It won't grow in the hands of the careless. It won't stay with those who blame, complain, or delay. So take back your power, not by earning more, but by deciding who you will become when you hold money. Because at the end of the day, a tool in wise hands builds a future. A tool in careless hands builds regret. You get to choose which story you write every time money touches your hand.
Don't just earn money, learn to master it. You were taught to chase money, not master it. From the time you were young, you heard, go to school so you can get a good job. Work hard and you'll be fine. Money doesn't grow on trees. Just earn more. But no one taught you how to keep money, grow money, protect money, use money wisely, detach self-worth from income. And so you chased, and still felt like you were losing. Mastery is the missing link. You don't need more hacks, another job, a side hustle you hate, better luck, a raise. You need clarity. You need control. You need conviction. You need to know what to do with what you have so that when more comes, it doesn't disappear again. Most people will earn millions over their lifetime and keep none of it. That's the painful truth. The average person will earn $2 million or more over their working life, and yet they have no retirement plan, still fear money every day, work until death, leave nothing behind. Not because they didn't try, but because they never learned to master the tool. What true money mastery looks like, it's not being a billionaire. It's not trading crypto 24/7. It's not showing off wealth. It's having peace regardless of income, living below your means with pride, knowing your money is working even when you rest, being prepared, not panicked, being intentional, not impulsive. It's not about money controlling you. It's about you directing money. Caleb Bob said, "He who fears money becomes its slave. He who commands it becomes its master." The truth about wealth isn't complicated. Spend less than you earn, save before you spend, invest early and consistently, protect your assets, own things, don't just rent, plan for storms, grow your value, use money for freedom, not just fun. These truths are old, but they never fail. You get to decide what happens now. You've seen the myths, you've heard the lies, you've felt the pressure, but now you see the truth. And with truth comes responsibility. So ask yourself, will I continue chasing money, or will I start mastering it? Because those who master it work less, stress less, live more, leave a legacy, never have to start over again. Final words: money doesn't define you, but how you handle money, that reveals you. You don't need to earn more to become rich. You need to think differently, because the person who understands money will always win no matter how much they earn. So don't just work hard, work wisely. Don't just earn more, keep more. Don't just hustle, harvest. Don't just chase money, master it.